chapter Democracy and Diversity of Class 10 Civics and will be focusing on the NCERT solutions. Just to give you a brief introduction of what is democracy and what is diversity, let's get started. Democracy is where the people elect their representatives by themselves and everyone is considered to be equal. For example, here we can see both are on the equal platform, whether it's a man or a woman. Moving on to the point of diversity, diversity is where their varied culture or religions exist. Like in India, we can see Sikhism do exist, Christianity exists, Hinduism exists, Islam exists, Jainism exists and Buddhism exists. So we can say India is a democratic as well as diversified nation. Without wasting our time, let's move forward to solve our solutions. We will be taking NCERT exercise solution for class 10th on the topic democracy and diversity, that is the part of civics. Moving on to the first question, we have discussed three factors that determine the outcomes of politics of social division. What are the three factors that determine the outcome of politics? Okay, fine. So the first point here says perception of people about their identities. That is how an individual consider or perceive his or her identity. If I say I am a Hindu and you say you are a Muslim, the third person says he or she is a Christian, then that is the single entity of an individual. But if we all say that we are Indians, then it is the national identity. If an individual perceives him or her identity as a single identity rather than considering it to be the national identity, it results into the accommodation problem. So here we can take an example. Belgians feel they are much Belgian rather than Dutch or German speaking. Same way I just told you, if we say we are Indians, we feel we are proud to be Indians, then we consider it as a national identity. The second point here says raise of demands of any community by political leaders. If the demands raised by the leaders are within the boundary of constitution, then it's accommodative. But if the demands are not kept in mind and are out of the national framework or the constitutional framework, then it results into social division. For example, if a leader raised the demand that doesn't constitute within the national framework or the constitutional framework, then it will further lead to social division. Here we can see the example of Yugoslavia. The different ethnic leaders raised such demands that cannot be accommodated within a single country. So that leads to the disintegration of Yugoslavia into 6 major countries. Moving on to the third point, reaction of government to the demands. If the government reacts to the reasonable demands of citizens, then it further leads to unity. But if the reasonable demands are suppressed, it leads to social division. For example, if I raise a demand that is reasonable and the leader is suppressing my demand, it will definitely leads to disintegration, or we can say it hampers the unity of the nation. In this picture we can see the social division, how the society is divided and two societies are standing on apart from each other. Okay, so the second question talks about what does a social difference when does a social difference becomes a social division. First we need to understand what is social difference and what is social division. When there is a division of societies, then it is known as social division. But if there is a difference between individuals, then it is considered as social difference. Here we can take an example. I am a girl, you are a boy. That is a social difference. Social difference becomes a social division when there is an overlapping of one social difference over the another. This is one social difference becomes more prominent over the other. When one social difference overlaps the other, then it causes social division. Here we can take the case study of Northern Ireland and Netherlands. Both these states are Christian states but have population of Catholic and Protestants both. In Northern Ireland, Catholics are considered to be poor, whereas Protestants are supposed to be rich. Whereas in Netherlands, both Catholics and Protestants are considered to be equally rich and poor. So if I here take Netherlands and here take Northern Ireland, Netherlands has a social difference, not social division. But Northern Ireland have a social division, as Netherlands has a population of Catholics and Protestants which are both rich and poor simultaneously. Whereas in Northern Ireland, Catholics are rich and Catholics are poor and Protestants are rich. So in the image you can see, when one social difference combines with the other social difference, that leads to social division. Moving on to the third question, how do social division affects politics? Does social division affects politics? Yes, the answer is definitely yes. Democracy is a system in which the government is elected by the people and different political parties compete with each other. In the competition is on the basis, if the competition that takes place is on the basis of any existing social division, then it will lead to violence, disintegration of the country, and also conflicts. As we just saw here, again we can see the example of Yugoslavia. Political competition on the grounds of religion and ethnicity leads to the disintegration of Yugoslavia into 6 independent countries. That is a huge difference, that is a huge division that we can see. Moving on to the fourth question, the first fill in the blank says, does social difference create possibilities of deep social division and tensions? So when one social difference overlaps the other, it leads to social divisions. So in the first fill up, there will be overlapping, and in the second fill up, dash social difference do not usually leads to conflicts. If the social difference is kept segregated, it won't lead to any conflict, but if it overlaps, it will lead to conflicts. So here this not no overlapping is considered to be as cross cutting. So in the first fill up, the answer will be overlapping, and in the second fill up, the answer will be cross cutting. Moving on to the fifth question, in dealing with social division, which one of the following statement is not, please focus on the word not, correct about democracy? Due to political competition in democracy, social divisions get reflected in politics. Yes, definitely. In our democracy, it is possible for communities to voice their grievances in a peaceful manner. As we ourselves are living in a country that is democratic, and we have the right to raise our voices in a peaceful manner. Democracy is the best way to accommodate social diversity. Yes, we have a social diversity in our country, as we can see. We have various religions. Moving on to the D point, democracy always leads to disintegration of society on basis of social divisions. That is absolutely not correct. Democracy not always leads to disintegration of the society on the basis of social divisions. It is not compulsory that if there is a social division, then there will be a disintegration of society or the country. Here we can take the example of reservation system in India. As we have a reservation system in India, SC, OBC, STs are getting some of the privilege. There is some social division, but that is for the good, so that doesn't leads to the disintegration of the society. Fine. So here the answer is D. Moving on to the sixth question, consider the following three statements. Social divisions takes place when social differences overlaps. Yes, we have just studied. It is possible that a person can have multiple identities. Yes, if I am a girl, I want to be a teacher, I am a daughter, I am a sister, so I have a multiple identities. The C point here says social divisions exist only in big cities like India. Absolutely not. Social divisions do occur in the small states or countries. So here we have to choose the correct option. So here the B point is correct. That is A and B are the correct options. Moving on to the seventh question. Arrange the following statements in a logical sequence and select the right answer by using the code given below. Here we are having some of the codes like A says DBCA sequence, DBAC sequence. So let's read. First, A point says, but all political expressions of social divisions need not to be always dangerous. B says, social divisions of one kind or the other exist in most countries. The C part says parties try to win political support by appealing to social divisions. Some social differences may result in social divisions. So if we see the sequencing, the sequence will be D, B, C and A. That is social difference. Some social differences may result in social division. Social divisions of one kind or the other exist in most of the countries. That is true. And the C part says parties try to win political support by appealing to social divisions that we can see and we are observing in our day-to-day life. And the A part says, but all political expressions of social divisions need not to be always dangerous. Yes, that's true. It is not compulsory that social divisions should be always dangerous. That can be in a positive manner also, as we just saw the example of reservations. So here the correct option is A, that is DBCA. Moving on to the eighth question. Among the following, which countries suffered disintegration due to political fights on the basis of religious or ethnic identities? The option says Belgium, India, Yugoslavia, Netherlands. So here the correct option is Yugoslavia, as we just studied that Yugoslavia got separated and disintegrated into 6 further countries. Moving on to the ninth question, read the following passage from a famous speech by Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963. Which social division is he talking about? What are his aspirations and anxieties? Do you see a relationship between the speech and the incident in Mexico Olympics, which is mentioned in the chapter? If you have studied the chapter, you must have read the first story on the first page that was of an incident that took place during the Mexico Olympics. So you can relate this passage from that and you have to tell if this is relatable or not. Does it has a relationship with that Mexico incident or not? Let's read the paragraph. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, when we let in ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all the God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hand and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty, we are free at last. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. So here Martin Luther Jr. is talking about some kind of discrimination and we will figure out which discrimination is he talking about. Is a picture of Martin Luther King Jr. What he says, he mentions the racial discrimination that took place in America and it's still prevalent. We can see many times the cases are like we get the news of Black Lives Matter, we support that hashtag where white discriminate the blacks and these blacks are African American people. He want his 4 little children to live in the nation where there is no judging on the basis of race. Rather, they should be judged on the basis of their character. He dreamt of a country where there is no discrimination based on the color and everyone is free in that country. Moving on, yes, there is a relation between this speech and the incident that took place in the Mexico Olympics, as both the incidents mention about the race discrimination that was suffered by the blacks, and that those blacks are African American people. So this is for today. Thank you. Hopefully this lecture will be helpful for you and you would be able to solve your NCERT exercises in a more efficient and effective manner. Thank you.